Shuja's Campus, Episode 8. The Day You Walk In, Interview Prep. Part 2, How to Answer, Perform, and Stand Out. In the last episode, we talked about what they're looking for. The formats, the questions, the stakes. You've studied the map. Now it's time to walk the road. Because here's what no one tells you. The most prepared students in that waiting room are not always the ones who get in. The ones who get in are the ones who know how to be present, how to think clearly, how to speak honestly, how to show, without saying it, that they are already becoming a physician. That is what this episode is about. Let's start with the most practical tool you'll use in that room, the STAR method. No matter what question they ask you, whether it's about a challenge, a team experience, a failure, or a moment of growth, this framework will keep your answer focused, complete, and memorable. S. Situation. Set the scene briefly. Where were you? What was happening around you? T. Task. What was your role? What was expected of you in that moment? A. Action. What did you actually do? This is the heart of your answer. Be specific. Be honest. R. Result. What happened because of your action? What did you learn? How did it change you? The STAR method does something powerful. It turns a vague memory into a clear, compelling story. And stories are what interviewers remember long after the day is over. Practice it with 3 or 4 experiences from your own life before your interview. Not to memorize, but to know your material well enough to speak freely. You can rehearse answers all week, but there's something harder to prepare for, and most students ignore it completely. Emotional readiness. Your emotional presence in that room. Interviews are high stakes, unfamiliar environments. Your body will respond. Your voice may shake a little. Your mind may go blank for a moment. That's not failure. That's biology. It happens to everyone. What separates strong interviewees is not that they don't feel nervous. It's that they've decided in advance what to do when it happens. Stop rehearsing. Seriously, your brain consolidates everything it knows while you sleep. Rest is preparation. Eat something. Move your body. Even a short walk. Arrive early enough to breathe before you walk in. Take 3 slow, deep breaths. Remind yourself why you are there. Not what you need to prove, why you came. Pause before you answer. That silence feels much longer to you than it does to them. A thoughtful pause signals confidence, not confusion. Say this. That's a thoughtful question. Let me take a moment. Then think. That is not weakness. That is exactly what a good physician does. Interviewers are not trying to trick you. They are trying to know you. The more present you are, the better they can see who you actually are. Near the end of almost every interview, they will turn to you and ask, "Do you have any questions for us?" Never say no. This moment is not a formality. It is your final impression. And it's your chance to show that you've thought deeply about this school, not just about getting in. The best questions are the ones you actually want answered. For example, what qualities do you see in students who truly thrive here? How does this program support student well-being? What does the student experience look like in the first 2 years? What's the culture like among students in the program? What do you wish you had known before starting here? Notice what these questions have in common. They are not about rankings or match rates. They are about people, culture, and experience. That tells the committee, this applicant is serious. They are choosing us as much as we are choosing them. And that kind of student becomes the kind of physician we want. Now, let's talk about the thing every student asks and almost no one answers honestly. How do I stand out? The students who stand out in interviews are not the most polished. They are the most present. They listen carefully before they speak. They answer honestly instead of strategically. They show warmth, not performance. And they carry in the way they sit and the way they speak something that tells you, this person already thinks like a physician. You don't stand out by being perfect. You stand out by being real. The best interview you can give is one where you walk out and think, I said what I actually believe. I showed who I actually am. I didn't try to be someone else. That is the interview that gets you in. You've come so far. You managed your mindset when fear told you to stop. You fought for your GPA when the numbers weren't where you wanted. You built a study plan for an exam that felt impossible. You sat with patience and learned what medicine really looks like up close. You told your story, honestly, vulnerably, completely. And now, you are sitting in a room that most people never get to enter. The interview is not the finish line. It is the conversation before the beginning. So walk in with your story. Walk in with your reason. Walk in with everything this journey has already made you. Because the doctor they are looking for is already in that room. It always has been. Episode 9. If it doesn't work out, what comes next? Reapplication strategy, mindset reset, and the path forward. Subscribe. Because this series isn't done with you yet.